Hi everyone, it's Gail. I am here with another video in the Reimagined Scraps series. This time I am making some little bundles for my Etsy shop. I've heard from a lot of the newer people to junk journaling that they don't have scraps. So I thought I'd throw some in my shop and help them out. So what I have is a little packet of scraps. Now I will say that Nik the Booksmith has done a video on, I think she calls them scrap paper packets or something like that, and she punches holes and binds them and everything. I didn't want to do that only because I wanted the papers to be totally usable. So I've done it a little differently. I'm just going to call mine stash paper bundles or something like that. So I've got the bundle. I'm closing it with one of these big clips. I have a multitude of big clips too, because gosh, they come in these things. Which that's a lot of clips. So I thought, you know, I'll just I'll work on whittling down that stash as well. So I've just clipped them with the big clip, and then I have these beautiful embellishments that I received in Happy Mail, so I'm tucking one of those under each one too. So they look super cute, and they're secure. The papers aren't going anywhere. But then when you get them, you can just pop off the paper clip, and you have full-size pieces of paper that you can use. So in each pack, I'm doing a little music and scrapbook paper, old vintage book. There's some Kool-Aid Day paper in this one. There's a napkin in this one, and just various papers, all sorts of sizes and shapes and that kind of thing. And then, oh gosh, and oh, here's some sprayed paper. Yeah, just a little of everything. The only thing I didn't put in there that I wanted to was I wanted to put in some fabric. So I'm just gonna grab a few fabrics, and we'll just add a fabric to this one, and then that'll be good. I forgot about that one when I was making the prototype, but that's okay. We'll just do it now. So let's see. I think if I just fold this at the fold and give that a snip. Okay, have misplaced my scissors as I do every single video. Where'd they go? Oh, they're in my bucket where they belong. That's why I couldn't find them. Oh, yes. Don't be putting things back where they belong. Okay, so I'm just going to put this little fabric piece into this bundle. And then there we have it. And we'll close it up with this. So I have about, I think, 15 pieces of paper in there. So we're gonna do another one. So let's talk about the scraps first. Yesterday I spent all afternoon organizing my scraps, and that alone tells you I have too many scraps. But I have grabbed out this random bit of stuff. I've grabbed out one of my bags of napkins. It's one of several. Then I have this bag of rectangular scraps, which is huge. And then I kind of have over here, these are sort of whole paper sort of scraps. And I actually also grabbed these two paper pads, which are, you know, like 3 or 4 pages from being completely done. So I just want them out of my stack of papers. So let's grab one of these, and because these are good and thick, so I think I was kind of hoping to do thicker outside or covers to these. So we'll just do one together, and then I'm going to do a bunch more and get them ready to just pop in my Etsy And yeah, so oh my goodness, I can't grab that. Oh, between the shoulder and the fingers, I'm just a mess, aren't I? Okay, I've got, yes, and I've got my trimmer on the side so I can use my good arm. That's a good thing. So yeah, we're just gonna, okay, so this is 6 inches. I just split it down the middle, and that's going to be our cover for this one. So let's just get busy folding some papers to go in it. I'm going to fold this one too while we're at it. I'll do 2 with this cover. And but we'll just do 1 on camera, because you know, you don't need to see me doing scraps. I have my trimmer at the ready, and I have used my ruler on a couple, but I think this one I'm just going to cut off these side pieces, and let's see, that one. Okay, I don't want to mess up that page totally. Okay. So that's going to be a weird scrap. I'm going to quit putting my scissors back in the jar because I can't find them when I do. Okay, there's 2 little pieces for a smaller one. And I think, you know, these are going to be various sizes, and I'm just not even going to worry about that. The only thing I'm worried about is having them so that they fit into the page. I think I'll fold that about there, and it works just fine to fold it up a little bit too. So there's one piece in there. Let's look over in this big old thing of scraps here. Oh, this is a great page, isn't it? I think that would make a nice cover. We'll set those over with the covers. Okay, here's one just kind of ready to go. And so I'm gonna fold this one just at the top, just so it's gonna fit in, and call that good. And I can space these a little bit, and then it doesn't add quite so much bulk to the paper. That one's sticking out a little bit, but when we get it all done, I'll just zip across and do a fold like that. Let's put in the vintage paper, vintage book page, just for fun. What else do we have over here? This looks like it's about 6 inches wide. So let's do this one. Ooh, that's pretty, isn't it? I'm not sure which way we want to do. So these little packets will be good for either making clusters, and I have a video on that, but I got the idea from Jessica at 2 Silver Oranges on YouTube. So she has a video on that. And then you could do a scrappy embellishment, and that was Sarah at the Mushroom Market. That was her idea. Or you could do collages, just collages. So there's lots of uses, or you know, even make little pockets out of these or whatever. It's just sharing my scraps. For some reason, it's a weird thing, but I feel like we always feel like other people's scraps are better than the ones we have. I'm not sure what that's about, but yeah, so I'm hoping this will be helpful to somebody who doesn't have a lot of scraps, because I have more than enough to share. My goodness, I was just like, oh my gosh. I was trying to make it my my storage area for scraps. I was trying to make it neater because it's right by my sewing machine, and it was sort of infringing on the area where my sewing machine is. So I'm like, gosh, I've got to do something about this. And just some old music. Let's do another scrapbook page, maybe this. And then maybe we'll do a napkin, and then I think we'll have all the extra elements except for fabric in there. What do we have napkin wise? That would be fun in here. All these napkins already have the extra layers taken off, and so they literally are scraps. Now I think we can do this. We're just going to have to fold it. Just fold it up a little bit, but that's okay. When you Mod Podge it, the fold will come right out. So let's just do this little napkin. And maybe a few more scraps. I was trying to do about 15 pages. That was not counting the fabric that I forgot to put in last time. Okay. And of course, if you wanted to, you could coffee dye these strips. Here's a coffee dyed kind of funky paper that's fun. Let's add that one into this one. Okay, so let's see, layers wise. I mean, I'm counting that as one page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 10 in there, so we'll do 5 more. And then the fabric, and we'll call it good. That's a pretty one. Look at how fun that is. That's super fun. Okay, let's do this so we fold it under the fish. We'll go that way with that one. It's a little wide. Let's just trim it. Just barely, just a tiny bit too wide. And I'm being naughty and throwing that strip away because you should see my bag of strips. That's a whole nother thing. Oh my goodness. Let's see. So I think we've got, okay, 2. How's this one? Actually, that's a heavy cardstock. I think I'll use that as a cover. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, how about something in here maybe? It's kind of a nice neutral piece. It's crooked, but that's okay. These are scraps. They don't have to be neat. They don't have to be neat. I think this is a fun idea, and as Nik did in hers, this is a fun one. It's funky, but she was saying, you know, that it would be a fun thing to trade with a friend or something too, which I totally agree with that. So let's find something thin again. Oh, how about this? This is fun. How about this one? We'll just pop that in there. And then maybe a little piece of fabric. What do I have that I would look nice with that? How about this one? These are some that I recently got in a Happy Mail, and I'm keeping half and putting half in here. So there is that one. Oh, I think that's just real pretty. That's just real pretty. Okay, so let's get it folded up properly. I'm not sure why that just doesn't want to stay. Okay, so see how the edge is not great. I'm just going to pop that in to my cutter and even it off a little bit. Still sticking out a little bit, but it's not as raggedy looking. Okay, so what would be a pretty color? I actually think I have some green ones in here. So let's, yeah. Excuse me. That time of year, still 11 below wind chill in my neck of the woods. Okay, so we've got that. Now let us look at some of, I have in this little basket a bunch of goodies that I got from friends that I'm thinking, okay, I saw one up here that looked like it might be fun on here. My thought was to clear out this basket a little bit. There, that one's cute. So there you go. There you go. Another way to reimagine your scraps, share your scraps, and just make a fun little booklet to share with friends or whatever. You know, the other thing about these that would be great is when you travel, if you just need a little packet for some collage, is to just take one of these little packets along with you. So I hope you enjoyed this. Not a new idea. Once again, I want to credit Nik the Booksmith for her idea. My only difference is that I'm clipping them rather than binding them. And so there you go. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye.